get ready with me while I tell you tips about year 10 as someone who is coming out of her last few weeks of year 10. Yeah, don't know how to say that. But if you are in year 10 and you're watching this, you can either disagree or agree, but this is my honest opinion. So when I was in year 9, I didn't lock in. Like, I know when I was in year 8, I was like, oh my god, I have to lock in for year 9. And, like, actually, like, focus on schoolwork and do all that. Like, generally, like, yeah. But year 9, you don't. So for year 10, I think I only realised I had to lock in when I did my first set of mocks. Because my first set of mocks was like, I didn't revise, I didn't do great, and I was like, and if you are wondering, I take GCSE drama, history, and health and social, and if you want my honest opinion on them, make sure for health and social you look into what ages you're doing. Because I picked health and social thinking I was going into doing child work and like learning more about children, but I'm actually learning about 65 plus, so adolescents, which is not great, but it does still have the other care stuff that you do need to learn for what I want to do. So I do want to be a play specialist. If you want to know more about that, I can do a whole nother video. But yeah, my overall tip is to generally just lock in. Like, start listening more, taking notes, highlighting, because then when you get to your mocks and your GCSEs, you have a lot that you can use to revise. And like with English, I don't know what it's like for different schools, and it's probably the same, but make sure you follow along with the book. Get the book and follow along, and try be in for all your English lessons or your maths lessons, because English and maths are the two things that you really need, but depending on what you want to do when you're older, that's different. But to just generally like pass, you need maths and English, and science you don't really need. But also, I forgot to mention, in my GCSEs I go to a religious school, so we have to do RA or RS, whatever you want to call it. But I do believe locking in is the best thing to do. Also, year 10 is where you have to start figuring out what you want to be when you're older, what colleges you want to go to, if you want to do A-levels, if you want to do an apprenticeship. So start as soon as you can to look into that, really. Like, they will mention it like later on in your year 10, but doing like open days at colleges and stuff is a really good thing to do. And also, you may complain about all the tests that you do, but they're actually quite helpful. I mean, I still complain to this day that we do the tests, like the end of subject tests, but they help. Like, we're just like trying to figure out where we're at, and so the teachers then they can help us. It's nothing like, oh yeah, you got this, so you're actually really bad, but it's just then they can actually give you more support. And ask for support. Generally, ask for it. I've done it. Year 9, I had to get a dyslexia test. I went through the whole of my school time not knowing I was dyslexic, having teachers just not know that I'm dyslexic. I've done the test before, but obviously it wasn't as clear back then, and it was never like the proper test. So if you do think or like do see some signs of dyslexia in your life, just get the test. If you don't have it, you don't have it, and you're just struggling, which is okay too. You can ask for help. There's lots of like things you can do, because I am someone who has gone through many meetings to get extra support. And that's not me trying to be like all like this. That is just me saying it's what you should be doing to get help, because you're coming into your last 2 years of school. I know you've got college, but it's your last 2 years of school and uniform and all of this, and it's just like, you got to get what you can, because GCSEs are kind of relying on you to see where you're going to go, or like where you're going to get to. Would you get me? If you are taking a subject and you're trying to drop it, sometimes you've got to prepare for the fact that it's very difficult to drop a subject unless there is like a medical reason or something like that. You can drop it if you're going to change it to another subject, but trying to drop it and not do another subject is very, very difficult. I'm in the process of doing that. I'm trying to drop history because it is way too much information for me and can't do it. But that is also like not really the attitude that you want to have. But for me, I've been trying to drop history since the start of the year, just because I knew I like the subject. I just generally can't take it all in. And if you think having a laptop in a lesson, because sometimes you get to experience just like having a laptop in a lesson for like research and stuff, if you think that's like working for you, mention it to a teacher. Be like, I think I'm writing down stuff quicker on a laptop. Don't just like use it as an excuse, but like I found when I bashed my finger in the door, writing in a laptop, I was getting so much more stuff done than like handwritten, because my hand gets tired. But also sometimes school doesn't let you get that, but it depends what school rules you have. I also saw on this other girl's TikTok, which I am going to tag because I am taking her word for it, you are your own worst enemy. You are. If you're saying, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, but you're not doing it, it's your fault. And you've got to like take that in. And I know that sounds like really horrible and like, well, that's not really fair. But at the end of the day, you've got to think, if I'm not revising, if I'm not studying, if I'm not doing my homework, I'm getting the detentions, I'm missing out time, like I'm missing my own free time. If I'm getting isolation, I'm missing my own time in lessons where I could be learning and actually like taking in that information. But yeah, I kind of need to listen to my own freaking advice, because I do. It's easier said than done. Everyone knows that it's easier said than done. GCSE sounds like, well, they don't really sound easy, but some people find it so much easier than others, and that's okay. Everyone struggles in a different way. I do believe in revising early. Start understanding more of the subjects you're doing, and if you're struggling in the subjects that you picked, focus on maths, English, and maybe science if you want, but maths and English language and English literature. I think you need more English language than literature, but studying is all I can really say to do. Do your homework. I mean, if you've got something like me, which is knowledge organizer, which you literally just have to copy and write, use that as like a revision task. Use that as like, okay, so this is the question, cover the answer up or something, and then try and answer it. I don't know. I don't even do that myself, but it's just something you can do, and find your own strategy on how revising like is best, which revising way is best for you, and try and learn that early on, because then you can like stick to that, and then you can just constantly use that. And I can also do another video on that, because I know quite a few different revision ways. But if you want me to do a year 9 one, I can always do that, so let me know. Or a year 8 one, or a year 7 one, I can do it. Just because I know there's lots of like younger kids on social media now, and it will, hopefully this video will get spread around to the right audience. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm actually not finished getting ready because I laughed too much, but hope you enjoyed this video. Give me a follow if you want to see more content. I do a lot of get ready with me's, yaps, vlogs, outfit checks, whatever you want.